friends, Jay Sennett. Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Jay. Here in the Jazz Kitchen, a lot of things go down in this kitchen. There's usually some great music playing while I'm cooking. On this edition of Cooking with Jay, I'm going to hang around Northern Africa again for a little while. I'm going to make a Merquez pork tenderloin with, I decided to put an apricot glaze mixed in with this Merquez pork tenderloin. And I'm going to make as a side dish, which is already made, but that's not the focus of this edition of the program, farro. There we go, farro, F-A-R-R-O. Farro is a high protein, high fiber grain, kind of similar to barley, but the shape is different. It's kind of more alveolar. Is that how you pronounce that? I guess. But it's a little bit chewy. You know, it cooks for about 30 minutes to an hour or longer. It's very common in Middle Eastern cuisine. Farro, okay? And I put shiitake mushrooms in it and red wine. We'll talk about that more in just a moment. But this Merquez seasoning, Merquez is out of Northern Africa. And a lot of those traditional seasonings, cumin, coriander, some lemon zest, chili peppers, you know, paprika, some onion, and it could vary from region to region, but it's called Merquez seasoning. So I cut up this pork tenderloin in these slices here. So I'm going to turn on my saucepan, and then we're going to get ready to cook this pork here and see what we can come up with. So let's go over here to the stove right now. All right. Okay. See if my saucepan is heated up here now. Let me show you this. This is the farro, right? With the shiitake mushrooms in there. And you can kind of see the little grains. And it's chewy, but it's delicious. And I made it, what I did, I diced up an onion, put the onion in some butter, okay, just saute the onion a little bit, then I take about a cup of the farro. I rinse the farro first. You have to rinse it first, okay, and then wait a little while till it gets dry, then put it in the pan with the onion and the butter, lightly brown it, then I added about a cup of red wine, wait till the wine kind of is absorbed, because the farro will absorb the wine. Then you add some chicken broth, right? A couple of cups of chicken broth, some salt and pepper. I put some garlic black pepper in there with some salt, and just covered it up and let it simmer for about half an hour, 45 minutes, till it absorbs all those juices of the broth and the wine, and those flavors settle in. Here, I'm just making some broccolini. That's all that's going on in that pot, just as a side vegetable. All right, this pork won't cook long. Got some olive oil in the pan. Okay. I diced up this pork tenderloin, and then put the Merquez seasoning in it. All right, separate here, these pieces separated. Okay, now turn my saucepan on here for my apricot glaze. Now you can use preserves or apricot jam. The jam would be smoother, ultimately. And I put some brown sugar in here, just a pinch of Dijon mustard, and a little bit of Grand Marnier, which is orange liqueur, basically. Okay? Yeah, right. Broccolini, I'm going to turn that off. Okay. So, add have about maybe a cup of the jam, the apricot jam in there. Add about 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Add a little bit of Dijon mustard, and I mean just a little bit. All right. About a 1/2 teaspoon, okay? 1/2 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Da, 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 da. And, oh, last but not least, just a touch. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Grand Marnier. All right. My pork's cooking. Man, that smells good. Make this apricot glaze. I'm using the jam. It'll be smoother in the long run. That'll start to thin out a little bit. Alright. Put tenderloin. I hope you've been cooking some delicious meals. I'm sure you have. I also want to thank all of you for your support of WHRV and WHRO, be it TV or radio, 90.3 or 89.5. Whatever it is you listen to. Look at that pork. It's just coming out perfectly. Open that up a little bit. You won't have to cook this too long because these are very thin slices. Check out my glaze here. Turn that fire down. Okay. What I want to do here is taste. Wow. That Grand Marnier. How much of that Grand Marnier did I put in there? I don't know, but it's delicious. Okay. One last thing I want to add in here, because it takes out a little bit of the sweetness. A little bit of lemon juice. Okay? Yeah. There we go. A little bit of lemon juice in there. Man. Yeah. Minimize acidic quality in here. Minimize some of that sugar. All right. Now, again. Yep, that's it. All right. Because what I'm getting ready to do turn that off. This is just about done. Now what I want to do is add this to the pork. My apricot glaze, apricot. la. Okay. This. Get it mixed in, get your pieces, the pork mixed in. Well, oh yeah. Look at that! Woo! Now, this pork, you can eat it with or without the glaze. You can just eat it with the Merquez seasoning, which is beautiful in itself. Now, it has some salt in it, and what I want to do, I want to taste this just to make sure. Personally, I like it better with the glaze. It adds, and there's this beautiful smoky quality, smoky, mild heat quality to the Merquez seasoning. It's delicious. Works on pork, works on chicken. You can use it on lamb. But that apricot glaze gives it, it just takes that flavor profile to a whole new level. Okay? All right. So we have my broccolini there. I think my pork is done here. So now it's time to see if we can plate. All right. Separate that, put that on here, and come back. Let me see how we're going to do this now. Okay. We'll get my... Wow, we got a lot of stuff stashed up here. If something doesn't go crash, kaboom. Oh. Yes. Yes, yes. Set this over here. Now we'll get this on the plate here. This Merquez beef. Apricot glaze. Oh man. Okay. Now, you know me, gotta clean the plate. Because what I'm going to add to this plate, set my knife, everything over here. And we'll come back over here to the counter. Play it again. The juice. You always see me do this, okay? This is like one of my favorite parts. Oh, I'm just messing this up. This is okay. Get another paper towel. Yes, yes. Now, what am I going to do here? Come here, come here. That seed out of there. There's always one, you know? Always one that wants to mess up the show. Okay. So folks, set this over here. That pork looks absolutely delicious. And Clean that up. With this farro. My Merquez pork with apricot glaze and farro with red wine and shiitake mushrooms. Did you see how quickly I put that together? The farro is, if you've never had it before, if you like quinoa, I would say, you'd probably have an easy time with farro. If you like barley, farro's a little bit more chewy. It has a chewy texture, and you can cook it for a long time, and it can still maintain that texture. It absorbs flavors nicely. Okay, again, it's a high fiber, high protein grain, very common in Mediterranean cuisine, and the Merquez seasoning, very, very common out of the northern Africa region, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia. I love the seasonings and the concepts coming out of that area of Africa. And I've been focusing a lot of my cooking, actually, in Mediterranean cuisine in northern Africa. So that's this edition of Cooking with Jay. Merquez pork with apricot glaze, with broccolini as the vegetable, and farro with shiitake mushrooms and red wine. I'm Jay Sennett. Thank you so much for watching Cooking with Jay. Airs Sunday evenings on the WHRO Public Media Facebook channel starting at 6 o'clock. Don't forget my Sennett in Session Jazz Show on WHRV FM 89.5, Monday through Thursday nights from 9 until 1, Saturday mornings 1 until 5, Sunday afternoons from 1 until 5. And I also host the very soulful R&B Chronicles Friday nights. I do a lot. And maybe you can see me perform sometime too. That's my other professional life. Yet my other professional life. Yeah. My jazz group. A lot of great jazz happening here in Hampton Roads. Be safe out there, friends. Until the next edition of Cooking with Jay, we'll see you then. Take care.